Ed, Enercon, the name Enercon, what is that symbolic of?
It came from a group of people, what we want to call our company, and shorting for energy controls. So Enercon, it's part of energy, and ENER, and controls, CON, and we shortened it to Enercon. That's where it came about.
This company, it's a global leader in power generation.
Well, actually, what we do, we put systems together. We service other people's product. We take other people's product, put it into an operating mechanism that provides power, generated power, out to the industry.
I understand kind of what you suggested, and not having an engineering background.
You don't need an engineering background, you know. You need logic in what you're trying to accomplish.
Putting it another way, you deal with electricity and power.
Yes.
And you control the power to suit the needs of the subjects.
Right. The systems will control, it will put more power into the network as loads increase, and then generates the power off as load decreases, and that's for the economy of operation.
And the utility can't do that.
Yes, the utility does that in a way, but we can do it a little bit more efficiently than the utility can.
The company has had at least 38,000 projects.
Yes.
And including the military?
Military, and I'd say probably only about 10 to 12% of our product is in the military right now. We only recently got involved with the military. Prior to that, it was mostly commercial or commercial type business. 110
countries.
Yes, around the world.
The only continent that you've not penetrated is Australia.
Correct. To my knowledge, we have nothing in Australia right now, regardless of what my son tells me.
At least one project in the
Antarctica. We have several in Antarctica, where those are basically prime power for communication type equipment.
That is where you create the power.
Yes.
You're the utility.
We are. That's right. We are the utility. Correct.
And then South America.
South America, we have stuff in Argentina, Brazil, Venezuela, Peru, Ecuador.
Floating off the coast of Africa, near Nigeria.
Off the coast of Africa, in Nigeria.
Yes.
The rig we have several installations in Nigeria, but I think the rig that you're referring to is an oil platform that sits off the coast of Nigeria, and it's a power system that we put together with the generator sets about 3 megawatts, and it is on board a vessel that unloads the fuel. When they get the oil, they come up and they put it on the barge, and this unloads it into various vessels to sell it commercially.
Locations.
In what respect?
Your location?
In Peoria. Our main location was in Peoria. We came for the economics of operation, where we needed to get someplace out of the Midwest because of transportation costs. That brought national. The word systems had to be utilized to meet the Singaporean law over there, essentially.
Bangladesh?
Bangladesh is under control of Singapore, and we have about, I guess, maybe 6 or 8 people in Bangladesh, and basically what they do is service and engineering. No manufacturing in Bangladesh.
Getting back to these 38,000 projects, hospitals, prisons, wastewater, American Samoa, waste management, converting waste, if you will, to methane.
Well, actually, what waste management does is every dump that you go out on is a methane gas in the ground. So it captivates the methane gas. Rather than flare it off or sell it, it puts it into fuel, and it's fuel for the engine. So actually, it's free fuel for the engine. But essentially, it has a whole underground piping system that brings that natural gas, that methane gas, as a fuel for the engine. Yes. And the forming of our company in 1975, we looked at the overseas market as where we would be biggest forte, biggest contributor we would do. And at that time, oil was premium. And where was oil coming from? The Middle East. So essentially, we concentrated in the Middle East. I think I traveled to the Middle East at least 10 times a year to get our products put together. And at that time, we were building only switchgear. We weren't doing packaging.
I want to hear about the $1,700 funding story.
Okay. Essentially, what transpired was, I believed, and I talked to my wife, Beatrice, to the point that we needed the children to contribute what we were doing. Here we were.
No, wait, there's 5 children?
5 children. Here we came from New York. We were out here. We moved here in '73. Here we're 75. And the father was saying, we're going to start our own business. And we brought the children together and we explained what we were going to do. And we said, we need a contribution from you people to get food on the table.
Now, wait a minute. What are the ages of the children?
The oldest was probably 17, and the youngest was probably around 7 or 8 years old.
And so you're telling them, look, folks, we're gonna start a company. I'm gonna quit my job.
Yes.
I'm gonna quit my job, and you may be on food stamps if we had them in '75.
Correct.
And so we've got to come up with $1,700.
No, there was no figure set up. We need to come up with what you have achieved in your young life, and we want you to contribute to this thing, and that's what they did.
And so they had a choice. They
had a choice.
They had to buy. Yes.
No, it was unanimous from their
So
point.
we had this family meeting, and we're going to start this company. I'm
Right.
going to quit my job, and we're going to start in Chillicothe in a boathouse, right?
It was a boathouse in Chillicothe. That's correct.
How many square feet?
Probably, I would say under 15,000 square feet.
Versus somewhere around 250,000 square feet today. Is there anything about your relationship with your employees, your partners, if you will, that's sacred that you not go to other than this personal issue? I mean, are they your friends? Are they your children? How do you view them? And they're expensive. Employees are expensive in the sense of the profit. I mean, it costs a lot of money to have an employee.
Yes, but the rewards for that employee are there too, huh? And I look at them as part of a family, of a group of people who get together and work together as a team. Huh?
So what your profession is really about is people.
Yes.
Period.
Absolutely. I believe any profession is about people.
What does Ed Tangel want to be remembered for?
Someone who was ethical, moral, and had the courage of his convictions.
End of story.
End of story.